I bet you didn't know that this guy can be leader of Italy in Hearts of Iron 4. Today I'm gonna show you how. In order to make our beautiful black man the leader of Italy, Italy first has to defeat Ethiopia. You tell me AI isn't cheating and then they do this. They make an agency without a name. Now it doesn't matter if Italy actually annexes Ethiopia or if they just capitulate and then they go into the exile by boarding the train. They just need to defeat Ethiopia, which for AI Italy is a massive challenge. Either way they have to finish either solid progress or struggle in Ethiopia. After which they're gonna go for the Servizio Informazioni Militare. Okay, here we are, finally, September 1936, Ethiopia capitulated. Italy can now go for Triumph in Africa. After this they're gonna go for Ministry of Italy in Africa. After which they're gonna go for the Foreign Affairs focus. After which they're gonna go for the new Emperor of Ethiopia focus. After which they're gonna devalue the lira. However, none of those focuses matter. What matters is the next focus, topple Amhara rulers. At this point, if you attack to Ethiopia, you'll see that their fascist leader is Haile Selassie Gugsa. However, when Italy finishes this focus, it starts an event chain. And the first event is Haile Selassie Gugsa approaches Italian officials. On historical, they pick the first option, and as you can see, Haile Selassie Gugsa gets demoted to general and joins Italy. Except that's not really true. He does become a general, but he's still a leader. And he's actually one of the fascist leaders for Italy now. If we would somehow retire Mussolini, we would get the Grand Council of Fascism. And if we would somehow retire them, we would get him to be the Italian leader. Now, how do we get him to be the Italian leader legitimately without cheating? I'll show you how in a second. At this point, we have to play as some other country, preferably a fascist nation. Let's say that we play as Germany. At this point, Gugsa joined Italy, and you can check that by checking the fascist leader of Ethiopia. It's a generic guy, as you can see right here. So all we need to do now is to attack Italy ourselves. And now we have to take them out. However, something must be noted. There is Regno del Sud, and we have to be careful about it. We have to take out Italy without making Regno del Sud spawn at all. Or if it does spawn, we need to make sure that we first annex it before capitulating Italy through the Manage Subjects tab. Benito Mussolini is deposed, which means we're gonna have Italian Civil War soon. And here we are, Italian Civil War just fired. I'll keep the occupied territory. I gotta make sure that I annex Regno del Sud, which by the way spawned all the way up here, before we end the war. Now usually you would send them land lease buildings have their territory, but since I'm doing this as an experiment, I'm just gonna lower their autonomy like this. Bye bye Regno del Sud, no one is gonna miss you. And here we are, we managed to capitulate Italy. Now in this peace deal Ethiopia has some score, but I don't care about that. What I want to do is to puppet Italy. I need to make sure that I don't puppet them in all of Italian states. Instead I have to let them exist somewhere. Well, let's say in Libya. Ethiopia took stuff in the East Africa, I won't touch Libya, I can take Navy, and that's it. You can finish the peace deal. Now we have two Italys. We have Repubblica Sociale Italiana led by Mussolini stuck in Libya. And we got German Italy. And guess what? The leader of German Italy is Haile Selassie Gugsa. Now there are other ways you can get him, through coups and whatnot, but I think this is the easiest way you can get him and it's definitely funny. So in theory, a black man can be the emperor of the Roman Empire. Think about it, if Italy would form the Roman Empire before this happens to them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, like, share and subscribe, and see you in the next video, where I'll do war conquest as another country. If you still haven't tried to guess which nation I'm gonna play next, check my latest community post and write your guess there. And once again, who guesses the nation will most likely be awarded. Anyway, bye.